Hello out there in YouTube and LinkedIn land. Today we've got cookies and cork, cocktails and convenience, and Kroger scooping up the summer spotlight. Mondelez is suing Aldi over lookalike packaging. Sheetz is spiking shelves with new vodka sodas. And Kroger's giving away 92,000 pints of ice cream to win the freezer aisle. From lawsuits to limited time launches, this week's private brand news is packed. Let's get into it. Welcome to Velocity This Week Live, your source for all things private brand, private label, and retailer-owned brands.
I'm Laraine Durham, Vice President of Marketing and Events here at the Velocity Institute.
And my name is Christopher Durham, and I'm the President of the Velocity Institute. We're here to inform you of the latest trends, insights, and updates in the private brand industry. It's Wednesday. I don't even know what today is, June 4th.
June 4th.
And we're back with fresh news and opinions.
Each week, we'll bring you breaking news, industry insights, upcoming events, so you can be in the loop about what's coming up here at the Velocity Institute.
And of course, join us most Wednesdays. We've taken a couple of ones off because we were vacationing at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live on LinkedIn and YouTube.
Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss an episode.
So as we normally do, we like to start out showing you some cool things we found, some picks in private brands. If you're a watcher or a follower of the Velocity Institute or the Vertex Awards, we just finished our big conference in Charlotte, North Carolina, and had the Vertex Awards. So we have lots of cool packaging and branding to talk about. So a couple of picks. What do you have, Laraine?
Well, I have the Overjoyed Rainbow Cups. These are available at Safeway and Albertsons. These were entered by Albertsons. I believe the work was done by, well, I don't know who the work was done by.
Sterling.
Sterling, I think. I didn't want to say it wrong. Mm-hmm. But this one, I believe, a Vertex Award for silver.
I think so.
I think this one won a silver. So they had a whole Overjoyed product line, fun colors, playful, very inviting. That one's for Rainbow Cups. And it matches my sweater. So
it does match your sweater. So from the other side of the country, ShopRite, which is Wakefern, we have Bowl and Basket Specialty. This happens to be the organic Honduran, but there was a whole line of regional specialty coffees that was submitted.
It smells good.
Yeah. We've tried some of this. This is actually the whole bean. So it's a great product. This happens to be organic, fair trade. If you don't follow store brand coffee at all, private brand coffee, they've just so upped their game across almost every store from Aldi on up. And you're seeing a lot of organic, fair trade. These are great products. Don't go pay for Starbucks. I'm telling you, this is better coffee.
Yeah,
at a better price.
And this one also won a Vertex Award. I forget what the level was.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But anyway, great packaging, great design from Wakefern Bowl and Basket. Okay.
Awesome. All right. So the first story up, that's me. Cookie copycat Mondelez sues Aldi over lookalike private brand packaging. Private brand packaging is in the legal spotlight again. And this time it's a heavyweight fight between CPG company Mondelez and Aldi. On May 27th, Mondelez International, the $36 billion snack giant behind Oreo, Ritz, and Chips Ahoy, filed a federal lawsuit against Aldi US. The allegation that Aldi is blatantly copying the look and feel of Mondelez's iconic packaging for its own private brand cookies and crackers. The lawsuit was filed in Illinois, not far from Aldi's U.S. headquarters in Batavia. Mondelez says the design similarities go well beyond coincidence. We're talking fonts, color schemes, image placement, even product photography that, according to the complaint, are likely to deceive and confuse customers. Let's see, you can take a look at some of it there. The products in question include Aldi's private brand versions of Oreos, Chips Ahoy, Wheat Thins, and premium saltine crackers. And to make the point crystal clear, Mondelez included side-by-side photos. Here they are in the suits, showing what it sees as a copycat packaging. The company says it reached out to Aldi multiple times about the issue, and while Aldi made changes to some products, others stayed on shelves with packaging Mondelez claims still crosses the line. According to the AP News and the New York Times, Mondelez believes Aldi's lookalikes designs dilute the distinctive quality of its brands and threaten irreparable harm to its image and consumer trust. The company is now seeking monetary damages and a court order to block the use of disputed packaging. For context, Mondelez owns a deep portfolio of global snack powerhouses, including Lou, Cliff Bars, Tate's Bake Shop, and chocolates like Cadbury, Milka, and Toblerone. With brand equity like that on the line, this lawsuit signals how aggressively Mondelez is working to protect what it sees as the visual DNA of its products. And this isn't just an isolated case. Just weeks ago, Mondelez filed a separate lawsuit over the use of its brands in a partnership between Ghost Energy and Keurig Dr. Pepper, claiming it never approved the deal. Aldi has not responded publicly to the latest lawsuit, but the retailer is no stranger to these kinds of claims. Courts in the UK and Australia have already ruled against Aldi in previous packaging disputes, including one involving cloudy lemon cider earlier this year. For those of us in the retailer-owned brand industry, this is a critical reminder. Great packaging isn't about imitation. It's about building unique, differentiated, and ownable private brands that stand on their own and earn customer loyalty in their own right.
Yeah, those are very close.
Well, so here's the thing, though. So, first of all, not a lawyer. I have worked in retail and obviously in private brand for a very long time. In the United States, it's very difficult to completely own a package. So much of what you see in packs like this is that dominant category color, that's brand color. It's very, very difficult to own blue, red, yellow, because as you see, even from top to bottom, that Oreo and that Chips Ahoy both have a remarkably similar blue.
Yeah.
Right. And then when I look across the store, that blue exists on hundreds of other packages.
Well, I know from clothing, during Tommy Hilfiger sued goodie stores over some duplicates of their styles, and there was something called a reasonable person test.
Yeah.
I wonder if this still
it's a very similar thing.
So, I'm not going to think that the Aldi brand is Oreos, but I'm going to see that it is. I know everybody knows the Oreos color scheme, right? So, and then, it comes to a point where Aldi, maybe they just got tired.
No, I don't think that's it at all. No.
What do you think it is?
I think Aldi is very smart, and they have a very robust design strategy that changes category to category and product to product. And where they play in national brand equivalents, they often pick up color cues and cues from the category. So if it were an Italian sauce, it would be red and green, and it would, right, if it were whatever. So they're very intelligently going out and picking up color cues. Did this get a little too far? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Not a lawyer. Do I think, though, that Mondelez will win? No, I think this is just Mondelez going, hey, back off a little bit.
Well, I guess Mondelez asked them, and then I guess they didn't do anything, and so now there's a lawsuit.
As we've seen, Aldi was Retailer of the Year for the Vertex Awards.
Right.
So if you go to the Vertex Awards site, so
design.
vertexawards.org, their design and branding strategy is extremely robust and intelligent. So these are all choices that they're making about how they're going to play and how they help shopability.
Do they even need to imitate?
I don't know that they are imitating. I think they're certainly picking up some cues, and that's where the lawyers are going to have to decide. But where does a category cue start and stop, and where does imitation start and stop? Right? I'd probably push it a little more differentiated, honestly. But essentially, Trader Joe's sells those Oreo knockoffs as
JoJo's.
And the package is more differentiated and has a Hawaiian pattern on it, but it is still a national brand equivalent Oreo style cookie.
Yeah, I guess it's a little bit more playful than Trader Joe's is.
You walk into Publix. Publix has a similar cookie as well. They're running their standard Publix private label design.
Well, they're all white and green packaging, right? With the
no, they're still picking up the blue color cue. Still absolutely pick up the blue color cue. So there's ways to do this. So we'll see. Do I think Mondelez will win? Don't believe it even for a minute. All right. So next story.
In story number 2, Kroger serves up private brand masterclass, 1 pint at a time. Kroger is dishing out more than just dessert this summer. It's delivering a smart seasonal playbook for the private brand industry. Their new Summer in a Pint collection, launched under the Kroger brand, It's a limited time lineup of ice cream and sherbet built entirely around emotional connection, bold flavor innovation, and exclusive retail activation. 4 new flavors inspired by vacation vibes and summer escapes give Kroger a reason to refresh the freezer aisle and the perfect platform to show what retailer-owned brands can really do. To celebrate the launch and kick off summer, Kroger is giving away 92,000 pints of ice cream on June 20th, one for every day of summer. It's a major sampling event with built-in storytelling and shareability. The flavors are playful and unexpected. We have Italian-style Summer Fizz, which delivers blood orange sherbet with popping candy. Fireside Nights brings a sparkling twist to toasted marshmallow and s'mores. Sandy Shores mixes coconut ice cream with salty sweet pretzel crunch. And Poolside Tan Lines swirls together vanilla bean, chocolate, and coffee.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's the one you're getting.
That's the one I want.
This is private brand innovation in its most creative, seasonal, emotional, and designed to spark trial. Kroger's move combines flavor-forward product development with digital engagement and a national promotional push. The limited time offer drives urgency, while the free pint giveaway creates buzz and builds loyalty at the shelf. For the private brand industry, it's a powerful example of how retailer-owned brands can own the moment, tell a compelling story, and connect with shoppers in new ways without sacrificing quality or control.
So which one of those do you want to try? Because I'm a big coffee and chocolate fan.
Do you have a slide with all of them together?
I mean, yeah.
Probably...
the blood orange sherbet with popping candy.
Yeah, there's no cookie dough in this assortment. So
I don't know that cookie dough is a seasonal flavor. That's just kind of like
seasonal flavor. That's my year-round go-to. But all of these look delicious, right? So I definitely want to try the one the popping
Fireside
candy,
Nights.
the coconut with the
marshmallow
pretzel
and s'mores.
pieces. Delicious.
Yeah, that's the coffee and chocolate. I'm all in.
Yeah, coffee chocolate. That's kind of like a standard. I don't know what's seasonable about that.
Every season needs coffee.
Well, every season needs cookie dough.
Well, I think they've got that already. I'm pretty sure they do.
I think they do. All
right, story number 3. Let me get back to there. There we go. Post Holdings bets big on private brands with an $880 million 8th Avenue deal. Big news out of St. Louis. Post Holdings is making a major move in private brands. The company just announced it will acquire 8th Avenue Food and Provisions in a deal worth $880 million. Well, why does this matter? Well, 8th Avenue is a big player in the private label categories like dry pasta, nut butters, granola, and trail mixes. That gives Post more variety, more pricing flexibility, and more control across some of the fastest growing grocery aisles. The deal also brings Ronzoni pasta and private label granola into Post's mix, and brings production of Peter Pan peanut butter back in-house. That's a strategic win on both the brand and the private label side. About 1,580 8th Avenue employees will join Post. The deal is expected to close July 1st. Now, let's simplify the money side. Post is using cash and loans to pay for the deal. They say it'll help them make more money over time, starting right away. They expect 8th Avenue to add solid earnings over the next year and save even more money in the long run by cutting costs and combining operations. Post has already raised its 2025 profit forecast because of this deal. For our industry, this is another sign that big CPG players are taking private brands very seriously, not just as a value play, but as a growth engine. So $880 million acquisition from Post.
That's good for 8th Avenue.
Yeah, all these companies have kind of moved around since the ConAgra split, and there's been a lot of stuff going on, so it's interesting to see what's happening.
Mm-hmm. In story number 4, Sheetz cracks open summer with private brand vodka sodas. Sounds tasty. Sheetz is turning up the fizz this summer with the launch of 2 new private brand vodka sodas. Spiked Peach Rings and the extra boozy Spiked Peach Rings. Oh, extra boozy and regular boozy, I guess.
Yeah, apparently.
Yes, it's 2 versions.
8%. Yeah.
2 spellings and 2 different alcohol levels. Okay. So one of them comes in at 5% alcohol, and the higher one packs more punch at 8% alcohol. Both drinks are infused with the nostalgic flavor of peach gummy rings and blended with distilled premium vodka. I'd say these are not available in North Carolina.
We have Sheets, so it probably is.
Can you sell vodka drinks in a convenience store in North Carolina?
Probably not.
Probably varies by state. Sheets created the line in partnership with Slushed Brands, and it's the latest step in building their own beverage innovation under the Sheets name. These drinks just hit Sheets shelves across Pennsylvania and are priced to move. Single 16-ounce cans go for just $2.19, and 6 packs of 12-ounce cans are just $11.99. I think that's cheaper than Diet Coke today.
A buck a piece.
And for baseball fans, spiked peach rings will also be available inside PNC Park for the entire Pittsburgh Pirates season. Expect to pay $11.99 for a 19-ounce can at the game.
That's a big upcharge.
Yeah, this isn't Sheet's first run at beverage innovation. They've partnered with local breweries in the past to create exclusive own label beers. But this move into flavored spirits marks another big step in expanding their private brand portfolio beyond snacks and soda. It's all about tapping into experience-driven, occasion-based drinking, where brand, packaging, and flavor matter. And for convenience players like Sheets, it's a bold way to stand out in a highly competitive category. With more than 770 stores in 7 states, Sheets continues to prove that convenience retail can be a powerhouse for private brand innovation.
I think this is super cool. I would not drink this. This is not for me.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's really appealing to someone who likes vodka soda, a fruit flavored drink.
I wouldn't buy peach rings, so it's not.
I mean, maybe it's competing with those other vodka soda drinks.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like High Noon.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what it's competing with. All right, story number 5. Target heats up summer with a Rodney Scott barbecue collab. Target's Good and Gather is bringing serious flavor to the private brand space and just in time for summer. Their latest Good and Gather collabs lineup features none other than James Beard Award-winning pitmaster Rodney Scott. Known for his signature Carolina-style barbecue, Rodney worked directly with Target's team to co-create 12 limited-time products only available under the Good and Gather name. And it's more than just sauces. This lineup includes cornbread mix, barbecue trail mix, seasoned pork rinds, baked beans, and even a black tea and lemonade blend. Prices start at just $2.99 and everything stays under $9. This isn't just a celebrity endorsement. Rodney helped build every item to match the flavors from his award-winning restaurants. The result is a cohesive, craveable summer assortment that shows just how much private brands can stretch into storytelling, innovation, and culinary credibility. As Target's chief merchant, Lisa Roth, put it, Good and Gather helps transform Target from a retailer that sells food into one that celebrates food, and these collabs take that to the next level. It's another signal that the future of food isn't only about national brands, it's about owned brands that are differentiated, elevated, and built for consumer connection. The latest drop follows Target's first chef collaboration earlier this year with Ann Kim, a Minneapolis Korean chef, and with 10,000 new products rolling onto the stores for summer, it's clear that Target is placing private brand strategy front and center. The Good and Gather and Rodney Scott collection launched June 1st in stores and online with same-day pickup and delivery options. So if you're planning a summer cookout, this is one private brand you'll want to fire up the grill for. So Rodney Scott, we have eaten at Rodney Scott's restaurant in Charleston, South Carolina.
Mm-hmm. It's excellent.
Yeah, excellent. I mean, he has one of James Beard. I think I even met him once. Just nice guy, great pitmaster. I love the idea of a Target collab for food. Rodney Scott is a very well-known chef, certainly regionally. The last one that did it, Chef Kim, was a Minneapolis chef who I had never heard of. I simultaneously applaud you, Target, and say, I feel like you're missing something here. So if I look at this packaging and I walk in the store, and this is how the Chef Kim stuff was, it's just a different color of Good and Gather. I think the collab's getting lost.
I wonder why they didn't put Rodney Scott's face on it.
His name's on there.
Right. It's just the name across the Scott. across the top.
I feel like you got to go pull some more from your fashion collab playbook and really play the collab up, because I think this gets lost at shelf. I really do.
Well, and
I
if
mean,
you don't know who Rodney Scott is, you know, somebody on the West Coast may have not heard of Rodney Scott. Is that,
well,
I mean, we've
that's,
heard of him.
That's how Chef
regional.
Kim was. So the
Yeah.
Chef Kim one was, and we had done a story about it, and I saw it in the store, but in our store, and we were in a couple of small and big Target stores, there was no, you know, it wasn't like you walked in and there was a big collab section and a signage that told you. I mean, what did they just do?
They did a great Kate Spade.
They did a Kate Spade one, right? That you walked in and it was a major deal and kind of
sold out kind of within hours.
Right. I think there's the opportunity to be that big with your chef collabs as well. I don't know. This just feels like a half measure. Like Rodney should be on this pack. There should be end cap signage. There should be stories telling these things.
I think that, I think the packaging could use a little.
I mean, you guys are head and shoulders above everybody else, so I'm quibbling about how you could just be better than it, better above everybody.
I mean, we do like the collab, so we'll definitely check that out.
Oh yeah, I'll try this.
But yeah, you could have reached more people by putting his face on the pack. I feel like
something. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a well designed pack. I just feel like there's more story that could have worked harder for you. Could have drawn more attention, because at the end of the day, that's what's a collab for. It's to build excitement, draw attention, turn more product. All right. Very good. So that's the last of our news stories. We always close out with what's going on with our events for the rest of the year. So coming up in October 23rd, we'll be doing our Sustainability Future Forum. This time, our sustainability event will be online. I'm currently looking for retailer speakers out there. So if you've got a retail story from anywhere in the world about private brands and sustainability, we would love to give you a platform to talk about what it is you're doing. We've got one or two more sponsor spots opened that are still open, including a panel spot and a keynote spot. So reach out to me and we can get you set up if you'd like to be a part of that. But it'll be a full one-day virtual event focusing on private brand and sustainability. And when we talk about private brand and sustainability, it's really those things that retail executives have control over around private brand and sustainability. So first of all, the product. So is it a sustainable product? Is it natural, organic? Are there less chemicals? Did we make sure we had humane practices in raising the animals?
Ethically
sourced, all those sorts of things. And that's, a big conversation globally. The second part of it is, of course, a packaging part of it is how can we do packaging better, have better structure, use less materials, use the correct materials, reduce our carbon footprints, reduce the chemicals, the whole 9 yards.
Reduce plastic.
Yep, the whole 9 yards. And that third part is really the hardest part for most folks. And it's how do we tell the story of our sustainability in a way that our consumers care about, and in a way that our internal and external constituents engage with, whether that be Wall Street, the store manager, our CEO, or the mom outside shopping. So it's a great conversation. And this will be the, 5th year we'll have done this. Right? I think so. I think 2020 was the first year. Then we will close out the year in Chicago, November 17th, for our annual Bold Bash. This is the networking party of the year. We'll be in Chicago for it once again at Joe's Live. We'll have a full band. Got some great sponsorship opportunities if you really want to take advantage and get in front of those folks that are attending PLMA. So this is the Monday night of PLMA. Basically, they've been walking the show. They're tired all day. A couple hundred people come over and have drinks with us, listen to the band, network, and hang out. And it's just a very relaxed way. And the retailers come out and they love this event. So if you'd like to sponsor and get your brand and name in front of the folks and meet the people at the Bold Bash, please reach out, because it's a great way to help build your brand. And if you'd like the ultimate sponsorship, you can be the presenting sponsor. So the Velocity Institute Bold Bash presented by you, your name on the marquee here on the front, on all the signage, on the photo backdrops, all kinds of crazy stuff. But it really gets you out there, and we can even sample your product if you want us to. So lots of cool opportunities. So that's our events to close out this year. If you'd like to attend, speak, exhibit, or sponsor, please reach out to me at cdurham@velocityinstitute.org, and the tickets will be available for both these probably next week. So look out for that. All right. That is us for this week.
Be sure you join us every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, live on LinkedIn and YouTube. Stay informed with breaking news, industry insights, upcoming events, and expert opinions in the private brand industry. Subscribe now on YouTube and hit the bell icon to receive notifications so you never miss an episode.
Join the conversation, ask questions, and get involved. We look forward to seeing you next week. So leave a comment if you're on LinkedIn or YouTube. We'd love to see if you have any questions. My name is Christopher Durham.
I'm Laraine Durham.
We are the Velocity Institute, and we'll see you next week.